शेयरिंग स्टाफ हो तो मुझे बता दीजिएगा प्लीज. Office management and record keeping, filing system, filing management and diary display. Office management, precisely office management का थोड़ा सा बता के then we come to the topic, meaning by the office filing system and diary dispatch management. Office management is the administrative handling, controlling and maintaining a balanced process of work inside the office of an organization. Office management is the way of organizing and administering the activities that normally occur in any day-to-day business environment. What is office? It acts as information center, communication channel, coordination center, control center, service center, memory center, and is also helping tool towards employees and subordinates training, and it plays an intermediary role as well. Office management of a college, just for example, it revolves around the principal who have administrative responsibilities, academic responsibilities, works like this. Directions received from the government, from the director public instructions, from the divisional directors, the principal, and then feedback from the principal to all these figures as per information requisited by them. Principal mainly helps subordinates and while playing an intermediary role as well as to the government. Like this one, this is just a pictorial view of working of a principal, of head of an institution, of management of an office. Like government की तरफ से instructions आ रही हैं, जा रही हैं, then are being trickled down to the faculty member and the administrative and non-teaching staff of the institution in order to run the business of the institution successfully. Importance of office. It is an indispensable part of any organization to plan its operation intelligently and put them in action completely. All kinds of information of past and present are available in an office, so we can get any kinds of information whenever is required from the office. So office plays the role of information center by virtue of its portfolio, and how this office plays its role of information center, that means proper keeping, proper management of the office record and through file management of the official record as well. Communication channel and coordinating center. Proper communication is necessary for smooth running of an organization. All the inward and outward mail or correspondence are managed by the office, which passes through all the concerned wings and persons related to the organization. So office is a channel for communication. The process of communication is impossible without an office. It provides the competent clerical services to whole organization. It keeps contact with all the upper tiers of the administrative departments and provides necessary information for the coordination of the various activities of an organization. So office can be termed as a coordinator center, as a focal point, you can say, for running of any institution properly, successfully, with reference to its own TOR as well as TORs of the government which has opened that office. It acts as control center, service center too. One of the necessary role of the management is to control business of the organization, institution, where service. स्लाइड सबको विजिबल है कि नहीं है जो मूव कर रही हैं? It means visible.
They are visible.
Slide visible up.
It's a common way to prepare plans and targets of all the activities of the organization. It controls the unwanted derivations and monitors the process of work. So office can also be termed as control center. Office provides services to all the tiers of the department with necessary information in adherence to the instructions of the department. So office can be known as service center. It also provides service to its subordinates as guidance to run the affairs of the organization or of the institution to which that office belongs. It acts as memory center and helps the employees. It provides professional growth opportunities to its employees, develops their professional knowledge and skill, elevates their self-image and ultimately self-esteem, enhances their confidence and value to the organization, brings them personal satisfaction and a sense of achievement, gives them opportunity to be involved with decision making, which in turn leads to more commitment and increased morale, act as memory center both for the upper tier and the subordinates. And let me know how it provides professional growth opportunities to the subordinates just for a college I'm asking कि ये किस तरह में जो है उनकी प्रोफेशनल जो है ग्रोथ में हेल्प करता है ऑफिस. जी nobody. मेन फीचर्स ऑफ गुड मैनेजमेंट. गुड मैनेजमेंट में ये 7C जो है इनका बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है. क्लियर, कंसाइज, कंक्रीट, correct, coherent, complete and courteous. And how we can explain all these features one by one. Main features of good management में first C is the clear. When writing or speaking to someone, be clear about your goal or message. Because the office working is based on writing. In written form, maybe hard copy, maybe emails, but basic tool for giving information, for receiving information, for compliance to any direction is the writing. So the writing, whenever writing anything should be clear, speaking to someone clear about your goals and messages, what is your purpose in communicating with this person, to be clear, try to minimize the number of ideas in each sentence, make sure that it may be easy for your reader to understand your meaning. People shouldn't have to read between the lines and make assumptions on their own to understand what you are trying to say. Meaning by when you are sending any reference to your upper tier, to the directorate, to the director public instructions or to the government, whatever may be the case, उसको बड़ा क्लियर होना चाहिए. उसको लिखते वक्त सबसे पहले आप उसका सब्जेक्ट एड्रेस करके 2-4 लाइनों में बताएंगे. इसके बाद नेक्स्ट आप बताएंगे कि उसमें रिक्वेस्ट क्या की गई, और थर्ड वन में बताएंगे इन अकॉर्डेंस विद दैट रूल उस इशू की पोजीशन क्या है, एंड लास्ट वन में रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे फॉर अप्रूवल और सैंक्शन एज पर रूल्स prescribed on the subject what you have quoted. And if there are no rules and you just want to have a direction from the upper tier, फिर आप उनको सारा कुछ बता के तो उनकी एडवाइस मांग लेंगे, उनकी गाइडेंस मांग लेंगे. लेकिन यही चीज़ अगर आपने कोई अपने विद इन ऑफिस कन्वे करनी है, से अबाउट यू हैव टू कन्वे एनी इंस्ट्रक्शंस टू द स्टूडेंट्स, कीप इट इन माइंड कि उसको आप बिल्कुल क्लियर विजिबल 1.1 2 3 4 पॉइंट में करके 2 लाइनें ऊपर लिख के ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स आर, और say about not all the students, you have to specify the students of semester 1 2 3 or specify the students of the certain departments. Then accordingly the first 2 sentences may address the notice for the students of the, let's say, about biology department, for science English department, for Arabic department, or for students of the semester 3rd 4th. Like this one you have to write on that, and then you have to issue instructions that the students are hereby directed to abide by the following instructions 1 2 3 4 करके वो देखे, और उसके बाद में in case of any violation आगे जो भी आप स्टेप मुनासिब समझेंगे, या जो कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन आई होगी, या जो कोई लेट डाउन प्रिंसिपल में आपको कन्वे की गई होगी वो बता देंगे. फॉर imposition in case of any violation to those instructions, और अगर कोई ऐसा issue आया है जिसकी compliance required है from the faculty members, so that should have been accordingly drafted by the principal or with the help of the superintendent, whosoever is dealing with the case, and then that should have been instruction should have been circulated amongst all, either through a notice or circulation through the heads of department or through a meeting. Those should have been conveyed to all after having their signatures on that as well, just for giving compliance to the upper tier. Main feature next wala concise hai. When you are concise in your communication, you stick to the point and keep it brief. Your audience doesn't want to read 6 sentences when you can communicate your message in 3. And are there any adjectives or filler words that you can delete? You can often eliminate words like, for instance, you see definitely, kind of, literally, basically, or I mean. Are there any unnecessary sentences? Have you repeated the point several times in different ways? So whenever reading, you are writing any report, any letter, any minutes, the main features of that writing should be that writing should be concise and precise, particularly related to that topic and that subject. Your message is concrete, then your audience has a clear picture of what you are telling them. There are details, but not too many. Your message may be solid. And when you're communication is correct, it fits your audience. Correct communication is always remains error-free. Concrete means that whenever you are sending any reference to the government or to your staff, your proposal should be very clear and concrete and based on the facts, and may not be ambiguous that, for example, you are sending case of pensioner for bridging gaps between the two broken spells. So you should have clearly mentioned the broken spells, reason of those spells, and then may seek advice. And it may not be mixed with any other idea that the pensioner has also requested so and so. उसको सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक के ऊपर जो है सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर रख के अपना बिल्कुल क्लियर कट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू देके उसके फैक्ट्स देके then you have to refer case to the authority for seeking guidance and for taking any decision in accordance with the law. Communication may be coherent, it's logical, all points are connected and relevant to the main topic, and the tone and flow of the text is consistent. It may be complete message and the audience has everything that they need to be informed, and if applicable, may be taken action upon that. Main features may, one of the last one is the deciding. Making the decision itself can be exciting and stressful. To help you deal with these emotions and as objectively as possible, use a structured approach to the decision. This means taking a look at what's most important in a good decision. It helps to create a good image of the organization institution in front of the general public as well as of your subordinates too. It helps to maintain liaison with the government and other institutions. अगर आपका decision जो है वो correct है, right है, so it can help in many ways to your administrative setup and your success towards smooth functioning of the institution. Office also plays an intermediary role. As a whole, we can say it, office attends the inquiries, order and complaints of its upper and lower tiers. यहाँ पे you can have on question how it attends the inquiries and orders and complaints of the lower tiers. Can anyone example to this? जी आपके जहन में कोई होगा कि कैसे ये लोअर टियर को भी अटेंड करते हैं इंक्वायरीज, उनके भी कंप्लेंट्स और ये वो सुनते हैं और ऑफिसर रिस्पॉन्सिबल है टू दैट. आज ऐसे लगता है शायद कोई पता नहीं, लाहौर में तो काफ़ी बारिश है, शायद कोई सिग्नल इशू है। आई डोंट बिलीव कि ऐसे लगता है जैसे पार्टिसिपेंट दे आर नॉट अटेंडिंग द lecture. Anyway, it answers the inquiries of all involved in running any institution in office. It issues share certificate notices of meetings, dividends, and works related to all concerned. It has to create good image of the organization in front of general public. It has to maintain liaison with the government and others. Therefore, these are the major factors while playing the role of intermediary by an office, without which an organization can't operate properly, effectively, and efficiently. It also an immediate office is an immediate intermediate role playing tool between the department and the outsiders. It has to make links of the organization with its suppliers, shareholders, government, and the general public. Major objectives are in this regard to provide proper and efficient information, sufficient information to facilitate functionaries of the department, to facilitate decision making, to prepare all the record of the business, to plan the activities and implementation of such plans, to coordinate the activities of all departments of the business, to handle inward and outward problems properly while someone is functioning properly in a good way, and while making any decision should be wise enough to decide that his decision may not have adverse effect on the institution or the policies of the government. General principle of the good man: be a good listener. Be careful while offering contracts. Be careful while using office subjects. While dealing with public dealings with family members of the student. Be farsighted while dealing with the financial matters. Decision making, establishing a positive decision making environment. If you are ever have been in a meeting where people seem to be discussing different issues, then you have seen what happens when the decision-making environment has not been established. It's so important for everyone to understand the issue before preparing to make a decision. This includes agreeing on an objective, making sure the right issue is being discussed, and agreeing on a process to move the decision forward. Here also must address key interpersonal considerations at the very beginning. Have you include all the stakeholders, and do the people involved in the decision agree to respect one another and engage in an honest discussion? After all, it only the strongest opinions are considering some of the best solutions available. कोई भी मीटिंग आप करते हैं, कोई भी इशू आपके पास आता है, तो उसमें सबसे पहले either you have to brief the participant or your vice principal has to brief the participant and give them main issue to be decided with your own opinion, and then open it for discussion, and therefore with consensus decide the issue, whatever may be placed before that meeting. Use a paper-based, electronic or computerized list to keep track of the task instead of relying on memory. A list will give you a clear idea of what you need to accomplish whenever you have any meeting or any issue. Have list of all the agenda items to be placed before the meeting for decision or discussion. And even if there is a one point only, then the main factors involved in that may be listed out in writing, either computerized or in a hard copy for your own facilitation and for proper briefing to the participants as well. Delegation of works: set up a monitoring system to keep check of the progress, to focus special attention on any area that requires to support or intervene as appropriate to make the task successful, to set up a regular progress meetings, and or report is a sufficient way of keeping an eye on the performance. इसमें ये है कि आपने जो delegation करनी है अपने work place के ऊपर to your lower tier, to your subordinates in accordance with the nature of the assignment, nature of the work assigned by the higher authority. But keep it in mind that the in financial issues, delegated parts cannot be delegated further. However, in case of any ambiguity, you can constitute a committee for working on that, and therefore after having opinion of the committee, you may see the record and see the rules of the committee, and then have decided in accordance with the rules and the facts placed below before you through the documentary evidence of the record of the comment conveyed to you. Benefits of the delegation ये है कि benefits of the manager supervisor को ये होंगे, make your job easy and exciting, reduce stress and make you look good, free you to do what you should be doing, well, trust and effort with your employees, groom your successors so that you can move on the bigger and the better things of fund managers and supervisors detail their own advancements by not having someone to take their place. इसमें you can have example of the vice chancellors of the universities, क्योंकि अगर वो हर चीज़ को खुद देखने लग जाएंगे तो फिर उनके लिए काम करना, वर्किंग करना और यूनिवर्सिटी की सक्सेस के लिए जो उन्होंने और अदर देन द यूनिवर्सिटी आउटसाइडर के साथ मीटिंग करना है, उनको उसके ऊपर ब्रीफिंग देनी है, उनसे कुछ डिमांड्स लेनी है विद रेफरेंस टू द सक्सेस ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी, एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी, फैसिलिटेशन लेनी है विद रेफरेंस टू द स्टूडेंट्स, स्कॉलरशिप लेने हैं फ्रॉम द डोनर्स. So they have to delegate their different portfolios to different tests. Like you can say, even if exams हैं, controller के पास हैं, registrar के पास students के issue हैं, और इसी तरह academic के हैं, deans के पास हैं. So this means the delegation of power जो है वो that facilitates the head of the institution for the smooth functioning of the institutions, but delegation does not absolve the delegate from its responsibility, or in case of any mission, the responsibility shall lies on the head of the institution who is dealing with that and who has delegated those powers, unless those have been notified by the government in accordance with the job description of that particular post. But the over monitoring always rests with the head of the institution. It provides delegation also provides professional growth opportunities to the subordinates. It develops their professional knowledge and skills, elevates their self-image and ultimately self-esteem. और उनमें कॉन्फिडेंस आता है और उनको पता होता है कि ये काम हमने मैनेज कैसे करना है विद इन द लेड डाउन टाइम फैक्टर, इसको हमने कंप्लीट कैसे करना है और इसको सक्सेसफुली जो भी हमने रिपोर्ट बना के देनी है या इसके ऊपर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करनी है वो टाइमली कैसे करनी है. सो इसमें जो है सबऑर्डिनेट की प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ भी अदर दैन द एकेडमिक विंग, उसके एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेटअप में भी उनकी ग्रोथ जो है वो अकॉर्डिंगली होती है और उसको हेल्प आउट होती है कि वो कैसे जो है वो प्रॉपरली फ्यूचर में काम कर सकते हैं. अगर उनको एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव कोई डेस्क दे दिया जाए तो हाउ कुड दे run the institution and how could they then perform their administrative duties. Delegation does not absolve from accountability. The manager still has the ultimate accountability for the assignment की जो मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया है कि जो डेलीगी है उसके ऊपर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रहती है. He or she is responsible for any kind of omission by the committee or the member to whom he has delegated the whole issue or the whole case. The ultimate accountability, however, still lies with the manager, who should clearly understand it, और उसको monitoring mechanism अपना एक बनाना चाहिए जिसके लिए जो है उसने ये देखना है कि मॉनिटरिंग मैकेनिज्म में उसके जो स्टाफ है जिसको काम किया गया है वो हर्ट भी ना हो, डिस्टर्ब भी ना हो और उसको एक डिसीजन मेकिंग का प्रॉपर अपॉर्चुनिटी भी मिले. और जो है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रेफरेंस टू द असाइनमेंट ये विद रेफरेंस टू डेलीगेशन ही है. इट्स एंड द इंटेंट रिजल्ट दिस मींस द सेटिंग क्लियर expectations, it also means that you should avoid prescribing the employee how the assignment should be completed. आपने उसको कहना है that he or she has to evolve the mechanism to complete it within the given time. And the authority refers to the appropriate power given to the individual or group, including the right to act and make decisions. It is very important to communicate boundaries and criteria such as budgetary consideration, मीनिंग बाय कि अगर आप कमेटी को या किसी एक पर्सन को कोई ऐसा परचेज का इशू दे देते हैं, उसको कहते हैं इसके ऊपर वर्किंग करे, तो he or she should be informed that this is our budgetary limitation, so you have to act in accordance with that and have to prepare the report accordingly. Accountability refers to the fact that the relevant individual must answer to their actions and decisions along with the rewards or penalties that accompany those actions or decisions. मॉनिटरिंग मैकेनिज्म जो है वो इस तरह का एक्सप्लोर करना चाहिए कि आपका टाइम पे काम भी हो जाए, आपकी जो टीम है वो उसमें उसकी प्रोफेशनल जो है एबिलिटी उसमें उसको ग्रोथ भी मिले और वो उसमें प्रॉपरली वर्किंग करे, अपने आइडियाज दें और उसी से जो है दे कैन लर्न मोर विद रेफरेंस टू the completion of any kind of task given to them at any time, and it will also help to increase their skill. It is therefore important that you maintain boundaries and keep any review session as brief as possible. उनके साथ या तो मीटिंग्स रख ली जाए या उनको कह दिया जाए whenever you have to any problem you may come to you or may have either to one of the member of the committee or after having meeting with them. अब ये behavioral resistance to accept changes ये बिल्कुल है. Whenever any new information, any new idea, any new structure is given, there are resistances. So it depends upon the head of the institution to implement successfully any kind of change. Like this one, जैसे आजकल हमारा ये टेक्नोलॉजी का जो एडवांटेज है, ऑनलाइन सिस्टम है सारे का सारा, तो आपके तमाम के स्टाफ को कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग के लिए काफ़ी सारे फोरम हैं, पर्टिकुलरली HEC भी काफ़ी सारी ट्रेनिंग करवा रहे हैं और कॉलेजेस में भी डायरेक्टोरेट्स भी जो करवा रहे हैं, जहाँ पे मल्टीमीडिया की फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल है, वहाँ पे क्लस्टर सेंटर्स बना के करवाई जा रही हैं. तो इसके लिए पूरे स्टाफ को इन्वॉल्वमेंट होनी चाहिए. Technically, they should be encouraged to participate in these workshops or the trainings for successful study of the successful study, as well as in view of the today's situation with reference to the distance learning. रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग. अब रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग जो है डिपेंड्स अपॉन द प्रायोरिटाइजेशन ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड, कि आपने रिकॉर्ड को जो है किस तरह में उसको मेंटेन करना है, किस तरह उसको रखना है. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द प्रायोरिटाइजेशन, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन योर ओन वर्किंग, योर ओन नॉलेज, योर ओन विजडम, बट कीपिंग इन इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ द record that is being kept and is being saved and is being maintained in your office. It may include movable fixed assets, bank transaction registers, cash related record, purchase of equipment, purchase of recurring non-recurring items, purchase of stationery items. To keep record of establishment and accounts matters, record of all TA bills, record of handling cash, record of stationery intending storing and distribution, record of attendance registers, including all kinds of leaves availed by the subordinates or any other kind of registers maintained, even the register having details of the record is very important and is to be kept in safe custody एंड प्रॉपरली। और पर्टिकुलरली इस तरह के जो रजिस्टर हैं जो रिकॉर्ड से रिलेटेड जिनके ऊपर इन्वेंट्री की गई होती है उसकी एटलीस्ट 2 या 3 कॉपीज मेंटेन करके रखना चाहिए। मे बी कि आप एक रजिस्टर बनाया है उसकी फ़ोटो कॉपी करवा के उसको बाइंडिंग करवा लें और उसको एक की बजाय 2-3 लोगों को उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी असाइन कर दें, सो दैट इन केस ऑफ मिसप्लेसमेंट और in case of any unforeseen destroyment of the record, you can have a copy of the same from the other person to whom that has been handed over. Record of all receipt and issue be maintained properly by the office and occasionally be checked by the officer faculty designated for this purpose. आपके जो ये चाहे आपका कोई सुपरिटेंडेंट उसको डील कर रहा है या आपने उसके लिए जी एनीबॉडी वांट टू से समथिंग, या उसके लिए किसी फैकल्टी मेंबर को जो है वो कोई असाइन किया गया है कि ये आपने इसको जो चेक करना है तो ही या शी शुड चेक इट प्रॉपरली periodically so that may be placed in safe custody properly and can be checked out, can be traced out whenever required easily. Record of all communications, letters, files, papers meant for different issues of the college and the teaching, non-teaching staff be kept available in arranged manner in safe custody. File of each faculty member be maintained properly by making page number on each page. Service books be maintained and kept in safe custody. Cash registers be properly maintained, reconciled at the end of each month and kept in safe custody. Registers of dead stock be kept in safe custody. Record of all movable and immovable assets be maintained, kept in safe custody. Senior faculty members be assigned duties of auditing of the stock register as per notified schedule of the college administration or of the office to which that belongs. List of all records be preserved may be prepared in hard and soft copies through responsible staff members. List be displayed on inner side of the door of cupboards where record is kept and is placed in custody of those almiras or the you can say are in any kind of cupboards. Lists and record of auction be condemned items may be maintained and preserved. कंडम आइटम जिनकी आपने ऑक्शन करनी है उनकी लिस्ट भी जो है आपने प्रिजर्व करनी है फॉर presentation at any time whenever required by any authority. अब रिकॉर्ड रूम्स आपने जो है अपने ऑफिस में कोई एक प्रॉपर रिकॉर्ड रूम जो है वो मेंटेन करना है. Record rooms be made available for record keeping. The record room shall have sufficient almirahs, steel shelves, and other equipment for proper storage and preservation of files and records. अब इसके लिए जो प्रॉपर प्रिजर्वेशन का जो तरीका है वो ये है कि 15 into 10 इंचेस का जो वुडन बोर्ड्स हैं वो बनवा लिए जाते हैं रिकॉर्ड रूम में, वो दे दिए जाते हैं विद सफिशिएंट क्वांटिटी ऑफ कॉटन स्टेप्स फॉर कीपिंग द फाइल्स इन बंडल्स इन स्टील शेल्फ. 2 boards being required for each bundle. उन बंडल के ऊपर और नीचे रखने के लिए ये दिए जाते हैं ताकि आपकी फाइल जो है वो ख़राब ना हो, उसकी जो है ह्यूमिडिटी से उसका जो पेपर हैं या जो हार्ड बोर्ड ऑफ द फाइल है वो कहीं डिस्ट्रॉय ना हो जाए. तो फॉर पर्टिकुलर दैट पर्पज जो है ये वुडन बोर्ड जो है ये दोनों साइड के ऊपर रखे जाते हैं और इनको प्रॉपरली जो है इनको स्टेप्स के साथ जो है प्रॉपरली बंडल्स को जो है ना बांध दिया जाता है ताकि ये एक तो बात ये है कि किसी भी सूरत में अगर गिरें तो पूरे के पूरे बिखर के ना गिरे हुए हों और दूसरी बात ये है कि वहाँ पे भी प्रॉपरली अवेलेबल हो। व्हेन एवर एनीबॉडी, एनी ऑफिसर, एनी एम्प्लॉय नीड्स दैट रिकॉर्ड, तो उसको प्रॉपरली बंडल को निकाल के इन अकॉर्डेंस विद द लिस्ट अवेलेबल in the register while placing record in the record room as well as placed on that almirah may be seen, and then that bundle be picked up for proper working in accordance with the requirement. The record room shall be kept free of rats, dirt, dust and sunlight, and shall be sprayed periodically with insecticides. Files which are less than 10 years old and are kept with the branch concerned, the same should also be disinfected at least once in a year. ये जो है रिकॉर्ड को प्रॉपरली रखने के लिए बड़ा ज़रूरी है। अक्सर देखा होगा कि कॉलेजेस में या ऑफिसेज में अगर ज़्यादा देर के बाद कोई फाइलें निकाली जाएं तो जो सबसे बॉटम वाली जो तय होती है उसमें अक्सर जो है पेपर या तो डिस्ट्रॉय हुए होते हैं या उनको टर्माइट जो है वो लग चुकी होती है। सो वन हैज़ टू टेक केयर विद रेफरेंस टू प्रिजर्वेशन ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड, पर्टिकुलरली क्योंकि जो हम वहाँ पे प्रिजर्व करते हैं नेचुरली इम्पॉर्टेंट रिकॉर्ड है तो हमने प्रिजर्व किया है, और अगर उसकी प्रॉपर जो है उसकी ख्याल नहीं किया गया उसकी प्रॉपर सेफ कस्टडी का, then those papers can also be destroyed and cannot be made available to you at the time of your necessity. Transfer of files to the record room, indexing and requisitioning thereof. जब आपने फाइल ट्रांसफ़र करनी है रिकॉर्ड रूम के को और वहाँ से जब मंगवानी है तो उसके लिए जो है ये प्रॉपरली आपने स्लिपें बना लेनी है, और उसके लिए जो रिकॉर्ड रूम है उसमें ये होगा getting the file cover replaced if the existing one is worn out and have the following particulars type pasted on the stamp on it: file number, month उसका, month of a year, और रिकॉर्ड और परमानेंट है या ये डिस्ट्रॉय करनी वाली है या ये डिस्ट्रॉय कर दी गई है, ये बना के तो फिर वहाँ पे रखे जाएं ताकि कोई मसला ना हो। अगर डिस्ट्रॉय कर दी गई है तो उसका साल लिख दिया जाए और उसकी रीज़न लिखी जाए, उसकी नेचर ऑफ केस डेल्ट ऑन दैट आर उसमें लिखा जाए कि उसकी कोई ऐसी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं थी। फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे आपके पास जो स्टूडेंट्स के पेपर होते हैं उसमें बोर्ड्स की डायरेक्शंस होती हैं, या आपके पास बोर्ड के अंदर जो पेपर होते हैं, या आपके ऑफिस में जो सेमेस्टर सिस्टम के आपके स्टूडेंट्स के पेपर होते हैं, या आपके जो कोई मंथली टेस्ट होते हैं, आपके एनुअल टेस्ट होते हैं, आपके एनुअल एग्जाम्स होते हैं बाय सेमेस्टर सिस्टम के तहत होते हैं, उसमें अगर यूनिवर्सिटी की कोई इंस्ट्रक्शंस है कि इतनी देर के बाद इनको डिस्ट्रॉय कर देना है, देन यू हैव टू डिस्ट्रॉय इट, और इफ यूनिवर्सिटी intends to have those with them, then those are to be sent to the university after that particular laid down time limit given by that university. No file kept in the record room shall be allowed to be removed from it except against the proper requisition slip signed with the date by the officer. जब भी वहाँ से कोई फाइल मंगवानी हो उसके लिए एक प्रॉपर रेक्विजिशन पेपर जो है वो बना के, तो whosoever is custodian of that record room, उसको वो जो requisition करने वाला ऑफिसर है वो एक ऑथोराइज ऑफिसर से वो साइन करवा के तो देगा। लाइक यू कैन से जैसे हम लाइब्रेरी से बुक निकलवाते हैं तो हम लाइब्रेरियन को देते हैं और वो सारा रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन करने के बाद हमें बुक इशू करती है, इस तरह हमें एक ये स्लिप है ये हमें ऑथोराइज ऑफिसर से साइन करवा के उसको देना होती है। तो उसके बाद ये है उस स्लिप का जो पैटर्न है कि नंबर ऑफ फाइल लेटर लिखेंगे उसको, और फिर वो ये है लेके जाने का, ये है कि हम उससे लेनी है, उसको साइन करवा के तो उसको देनी है, फिर से फाइल लेनी है। और कोई भी जो ऑफिस का मेंबर है, कोई क्लास 4 का है, वो कोई भी ऑफिस की फाइल या एनी अदर इक्विपमेंट स्लिप के बगैर ऑफिस से बाहर नहीं लेके जा सकता। उसके लिए एक ऑथोराइजेशन स्लिप जो है वो आप बनाएंगे, इसके ऊपर नंबर, फाइल, लेटर, डेस्टिनेशन और जो लेके जा रहा है उसका लिखेंगे। और नॉर्मली ये अक्सर जो है हमारे डायरी बुक जो है उसके डिस्पैच डायरी उसमें ये इन्वेंट्री की जाती है, और इन केस ऑफ एनी इमरजेंसी डायरी की डिस्पैच डायरी साथ नहीं है, यो बिजी है विद सम अदर केसेस, कोई आपके 2 डीआर हैं वो एक लेके जा चुका है, दूसरा जा रहा है, तो उसको ये स्लिप दे के तो आप भिजवाएंगे और वापस आने के बाद ये उसमें पेस्ट कर देंगे और उसमें इन्वेंट्री भी कर दी जाएगी, रजिस्टर में भी इन्वेंट्री कर दी जाएगी। फाइल मैनेजमेंट एंड डायरी डिस्पैच, हाउ टू मैनेज द फाइल, फाइलिंग सिस्टम, फाइल मैनेजमेंट, कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ फाइल, नोटिंग पार्ट है, कम्युनिकेशन टूल है, और इसका हायर अथॉरिटी के साथ है, और अदरवाइज विद द यूनिवर्सिटीज है, with the colleges है, with the boards है, what are and why are the file, the set of letters, other communications and documents on a particular case subject arranged properly and kept together in an orderly manner in a folder or cover and assigned a number is collectively called as a file. To put up in another way, a file is a folder or cover in which an official correspondence on a particular subject is properly placed and maintained. These so arranged are mostly required for reference, guidance, and a good filing system is essential for easy and convenient identification, sorting out, storage, and retrieval of papers when needed. Files and filing system is required for efficient and smooth functioning of office work in any ministry or in any office or in any institution. These papers serve as a memory of an office to an extent that can safely and without any fear of contradiction from any quarter be termed as substantial. Files whether current or recorded are really indispensable with regard to management of any work in the government offices. It is totally impossible to carry it out with any type of office work without the aid of files and other records. File doesn't mean only the hard copies. You can say the e-system, e-filing system as well. But it is necessary, meaning by written record is very, very necessary for successful working of any office. Files and other records definitely deserve to be maintained and preserved in such a methodical manner that they can easily and readily be available as and when needed. This can be achieved through sound system of filing. The correspondence which is exchanged between the different ministries or offices on a particular subject is systematically kept in a file. In the government offices, a separate file for every distinct subject being dealt with by the concerned officers maintained, which means that not more than one subject should be dealt with in one file. In other words, only cases on one subject
मैम आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही।
आवाज नहीं आ रही है जी, आवाज बंद हो गई।
हाँ जी मैम आपकी आवाज
आई थिंक नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम।
चलिए कोई नहीं, देख लेते हैं अभी, मैं हालांकि मैम ठीक कर लेते।